This was actually quite a while ago, but I came across, or a client of mine showed me this article on these two parents, and they're both deaf, not deaf, with an F, and they had a baby naturally the first time, and the baby was also born deaf.
Okay.
The second time they were trying for a second child, and they was struggling to do it naturally, so they went for the IVF option. And they actually asked that their baby was born deaf. I'm going to repeat that. They wanted their baby born deaf.
Yeah.
They didn't want the baby. If they had the choice was, we don't want our baby to hear.
Able to hear. Okay. So I read this article because you sent it to me.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. So they lent on part of their reasoning was because they believed it was a very unique language and community that the deaf folk in society operated in, right? And they wanted both their children to be fully immersed in that deaf experience, right?
Mm-hmm.
So for me, the main problem I have is that actually goes completely against my moral fibres of inclusivity. Because that child, whether born deaf or full hearing or partial hearing, should be included in that family anyway, or in that family's community, extended. It shouldn't be like, oh, you can hear, so you can't hang out with us. I mean, I know I'm oversimplifying it, but in essence, that kind of like, it almost like they were like self-proclamating and then saying that we're this is the situation that we're in, and we want our child to be in that situation as well, which I actually think doesn't allow them to have the freedom, because you can be in a situation whereby you are impaired or disabled and still have full spectrum of doing many thousands of things that any able-bodied person can do. So to then take an able-bodied person and then go, no, we're going to disable you intentionally, it just seems like a very...
So I think the way it works is, I'm not fully knowledgeable on this, but usually what happens is it's conceived, the embryo, and then the doctors will check for any disabilities, diseases, whatever,
genetic irregularities.
And this is their argument. They're saying, so when you do find them, the genetic irregularities, that is then discarded. You are then discarding that.
The fetus,
yes,
or the embryo that started to grow.
You've discarded it.
Okay.
They're saying, well, if you can discard the ones that you deem are not suitable, then surely we can decide on discarding the ones that you deem suitable.
Okay.
That's their argument.
I mean, okay, so they're basically saying your reality is not my reality. What you realistically set up as appropriate set of parameters by which
we don't agree.
And our freedom of choice is basically as we are. So they're going to fertilise X amount of embryos, or keep fertilising embryos, and the ones that come out with like full genetic and health, discard, because that's not what we're looking for. We want one which has the irregularity of being deaf.
Yes. Here's my issue.
How many? Sorry, just one issue?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have one issue. Yes, they are the parents. I just still don't feel you have the right to choose.
You're playing God.
Well, so is fixing disabilities.
Yeah.
So you can't use that argument.
I can. I absolutely can, because you're playing God, fixing a disability or supporting someone that if they go, do you know what I want to see? Okay, we can make you see. With all that go.
So that's when they're already born. So that's when they're already alive. Yeah. They can make the choice themselves.
Yeah.
My issue is that the baby can't. Can they hear this?
They're onto us.
They're coming for us. The issue is the baby is not going to get to choose whether he or she gets to hear or not. That's my issue. It's the choice. You're taking away the choice.
You're giving the choice to someone else.